Good afternoon.
Would you mind putting a mask on for us?
Yeah, when I'm talking to the TV camera, I'm not going to wear a mask, and all of us have been immunized. So
It'd make us feel better.
you're welcome to step away if you like. The whole point of a vaccine, CDC guidance, is what we're following. Tomorrow night, 18 senators are going to be traveling down to the southern border, traveling down to Texas, to see firsthand the crisis that is unfolding, to see firsthand the over 100,000 illegal immigrants who were detained last month, to see the over 15,000 children that are in custody of the Biden administration right now, to see the conditions where the Biden administration is releasing illegal immigrants into the public who are testing positive for COVID at a rate 7 times higher than the U.S. population. It is a crisis. It is a crisis that was created by the Biden administration, by their own policies. As soon as Joe Biden was sworn in as president, he halted construction of the wall. He reinstituted catch and release, and he ended the Remain in Mexico policy. And this crisis is unfolding and getting worse and worse and worse by the day. We're traveling down there, 18 of us. But something is going to be different on this border trip from previous trips to the border, which is our friends in the media right now are not allowed to come. You've been invited. We want you to come. We want the media to be there. We want the American people to see what's happening. But Joe Biden doesn't want you to see that. The Biden administration has issued a gag order, a blackout order that the media cannot come. For 4 years, we heard Democrats going on and on about kids in cages. Well, Joe Biden desperately does not want you to see the Biden cages. And his solution is to say, no cameras, no TV cameras, no media. By the way, I've been to the border many, many times. I've been to the border under Barack Obama. Media were allowed. I've been to the border under Donald Trump. Media were allowed. Before that, George W. Bush, media were allowed on the border. Before that, Bill Clinton, media were allowed on the border. Joe Biden is issuing this media blackout because he's terrified of the American people seeing the disaster that is unfolding. We are fighting for the media that you have a right to be there. You have a right to have cameras there. You have a right to take pictures and to show the American people what's happening. And I would note the Biden administration's stated reason why the media are not allowed is the risk is too high that you guys have COVID. The risk is too high that a reporter or a cameraman might have COVID. Never mind that at the Donna facility, which we're going to be visiting on Friday, Donna facility has a capacity to hold 250 detainees. There are nearly 4,000 detainees in the Donna facility right now. It is over 1,500% greater than capacity. You want to talk about a COVID risk, it is the crisis and disaster that is the Biden border policy and the border crisis. But yet, the Biden administration maintains that having even a single reporter is too much of a COVID risk. By the way, doesn't matter if that reporter has had COVID, doesn't matter if that reporter tested COVID that day, doesn't matter if that reporter has been vaccinated. The Biden administration says it is a COVID risk for any member of the media to see the disaster that is unfolding. That's an outrage. It's unacceptable. And I will say any media outlet that is okay with the Biden administration muzzling the press and hiding the humanitarian crisis that is unfolding, any media outlet that is not calling the president out on this right now is facilitating the media being blindfolded and gagged. That's not right for this country. John Thune.
Thanks, Ted. Yeah, I'm looking forward to joining Ted and John Cornyn and 18 of my colleagues going to the border, and I hope that President Biden will come to the border too. As Ted pointed out, part of the Biden border crisis consists of a media blackout, which doesn't make a lot of sense, considering that it has become a major crisis for the country, so much so that they've sent the Federal Emergency Management Agency down to the border. This is a crisis of their own making. As Senator Cruz pointed out, if you look at the Biden policies, they have completely halted construction of the border wall. They have frozen deportations. They have done away with, rolled back the Remain in Mexico policy. All policies of the previous administration that were working and had been effective. And as a consequence now, CBP, Customs and Border Protection, and HHS facilities are overcrowded and overrun. Personnel is spread way too thin, and there are lots of migrant families and unaccompanied children who are stranded at the border in overcrowded facilities. It is an emergency, it is a crisis, it is one of their own making, and I believe, and I think that most of my colleagues believe, that we have to have a policy that allows for border security. I offered an amendment to the 2013 bill that would have required the building of hundreds of miles of border fence before other elements of the immigration policy could be put into place. But I think strong borders is something the American people support. Having a policy that includes border security accompanied by asylum reform is a plan and a strategy that perhaps could work. But I can tell you right now what they're doing isn't working, and the evidence is there. I only wish all of you would have a chance to see it when we go look at it later this week. Thanks.
Hey guys, did you know we have a podcast called WJ Live?
The Western Journal's mission is to equip readers with the truth, and that's the same mission we have on WJ Live.
You'll hear from writers, editors, and special guests on the most important topics of the day.
You can watch us every day at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific on youtube.com/WJ Live.
While you're there, help us out by subscribing and hitting the bell so you don't miss any future episodes. See you there.